We've also got the War Memorial Stadium announcement that occurred on Thursday. You know, social media has really created some problems for our society, along with some convenient things we like about it. It's hard to have, I don't know, maybe you've noticed this, intellectual conversation on social media. It's hard to there's too many things in print and in social media that when you respond, you just get bits and pieces of it. That's not what I meant. You don't understand. You took it out of context. You don't know what I mean. And it's hard to get anywhere. But I would like to share some thoughts on the announcement. We knew this was coming. We've been talking about it for a few weeks, what they were going to do at War Memorial Stadium. And I'd like to share thoughts today from an observer's point of view, not a personal agenda or stake in the discussion, because it really, believe it or not, even though I live in Fayetteville, it makes zero difference to me if they play in Northwest Arkansas or in Little Rock for this Missouri game every other year. I mean, making a trip to War Memorial Stadium the Friday after Thanksgiving is not a problem. In fact, I enjoy it. I'll get to see people I don't often get to see. We'll go to dinner. We'll have a great time. It's a great chance for my wife and I to get away, maybe take the kids. I have no problem with it. So from that standpoint, it doesn't bother me in the least. But there's a lot of layers to this thing. You know, Bart asked a really good question on Thursday. Where are all the quotes about how good this is for the Arkansas Razorback football program? Not for people living in the state of Arkansas, but for the Razorback football program. Because it's amazing how happy our state is when Razorback football wins. Like, you can be in the worst mood of your life, but if Arkansas Razorback football is winning and they're winning at a high level, everybody's happy. So if you want to talk about doing something good for the state, the Razorback football program needs to win. But it's hard to find people talking about how good this is for the Arkansas football program. Can I be blunt for a second? And this is kind of embarrassing. Arkansans are fighting themselves. Like, this is not a program or a state big enough, powerful enough, strong enough to do that and feel like you're gaining an advantage. How is any of the fighting going to help? And who the heck decides they're so prideful about an area of the state they live in that they're going to have a spitting contest over who's going to get what? And in this case, we're talking about a stinking football game at a stadium that needs roughly $10 million worth of renovations just to make it past the basic standard. And it'll still be less than attractive. I mean, that's what the fight is about. I mean, we're not talking about the Los Angeles Coliseum here that had the Olympics and some huge tradition. I mean, I know there's been tradition at War Memorial Stadium, but I look at War Memorial Stadium and it's just a building. I know people went to games there, but it's just a building. But we have to play games there. We have to play games. Why do we have to play games there? Because we want to. Our state wants to. Well, you might not want to, but some people do. So we have to. Because we have to compromise to show each other we care. And I agree 100% that that's what you do to keep the family together, because it's important to people in the family. But what if compromise comes at a cost? Do we ever consider this? What if compromise comes at a cost? What if the cost is it doesn't help you win games? In fact, what if there's actually evidence to the contrary and it causes you to lose more? And I realize that some people might not understand that because they're not thinking about losing official visitors or extra travel for the team, who now will play 2 SEC games off campus every other year. Or when the game is on television, you don't get a chance to show off your facilities that you spend a lot of money on to get people on campus. So when you get them to campus, you can wow them with all the things they see. So when you're playing in a primetime TV slot on a Friday afternoon after Thanksgiving where there's not a lot of games on, wouldn't it be great to be able to feature all those things, which they naturally do when you're the home team? But when you're not on campus, you can't do that. You say, what about Jerry World? Kids grow up dreaming of playing in Jerry World. I don't know that they grow up dreaming of playing in War Memorial Stadium. I don't know that kids in Little Rock would rather play in War Memorial Stadium. Wouldn't they rather play in a really nice stadium? Have you ever heard a kid go, yeah, let's play there? Or they want to play in a really nice place. That's why you have all those facilities in recruiting. So for those that would say playing games in Central Arkansas gets you more recruits in Central Arkansas, I'm not sure where that's coming from, especially not in today's world, where the competition in state for the best players you have is more fierce than ever with all of the other things everybody else offers. So why would you offer them less? Arkansas is already so disadvantaged in so many ways. You can't afford to be behind in facilities. If you are, it's a non-starter. You can't afford to give up opportunities for on-campus official visits and marquee television appearances to show yourself off. You're looking to gain ground, not lose it. You're already fighting uphill with the best of the best in college football. They have better players, tradition, and guess what they're doing? All of those people are evolving. And this state is refusing to evolve. Yet the expectations continue to skyrocket. You want more wins. But are you willing to sacrifice anything to get it? You know, there's a picture in the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette today of the press conference held outside of War Memorial Stadium yesterday. And there it is, this old stadium with some fairly fresh makeup in the background, a makeshift stage to hold a press conference about how games would continue to be played there. Most of the time when you have a press conference to announce something, you're then going to be given something great, right? Here's our new coach. He's great because he's done this, this, and this, and he's about to hang the moon here at Arkansas. Let me introduce to you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that guy, this is great. What a great day for Arkansas. This press conference was, here's the compromise. We're here to tell you that the University of Arkansas doesn't just serve Northwest Arkansas. We're here for you too. And we're going to sink $10 million into this old wooden ship if they can sell 47,000 tickets a game. We're going to keep playing here every other year. Okay? All right, everybody? All right, back to work. Yay? Cool. Did people even react to the news? Was there any excitement for anybody? It's more like, cool, I appreciate it. Okay, thanks. Thanks for thinking of us. Even people who wanted games at War Memorial Stadium. Was there really a win here? Did anybody really win? You know, we are in a unique situation in this state. There's a lot of stupid bickering back and forth about who lives where. I mean, just stop on that. The real discussion needs to be how to make your football program more successful. And if you think playing games at War Memorial Stadium does that, I don't particularly see it that way. But if you do, then absolutely dig in on that and make your points on that debate. But to me, all the other points are meaningless. It is about winning games. And you can't beat yourself before you ever get on the field. All we talk about here is winning and how Arkansas is going to overcome all these disadvantages. But I don't see a unified front on how to create advantages. I don't see a unified front on how to win football games. I don't see a unified front on making decisions best for the football program. And if you can't get that, then you are already fighting internally and you're never going to win at the level you could win at. You're not. You're not. And while I look at all the disadvantages at playing at War Memorial Stadium, I realize there's some good things to it. And I realize they have to do it. And I agree with the decision to do it because if you don't, you're separating some of the family. And it's important not to do that, at least at this juncture. But if you are going to look at this thing and you're going to make a point about this thing on behalf of War Memorial Stadium and playing games there, if you're trying to convince me as an analyst that it's the right thing to do, I need to hear how it helps you win games. I need to hear Hunter Yurachek standing at that podium talking about how they're going to win football games. He came in his opening press conference and he said, when I asked him what he had been told needed to happen, why they were bringing him in, he plainly said, we got to win more football games. I heard a concession speech in Little Rock on Thursday before he's ever been the AD for a football game. And we got to quit having concession speeches before we ever get on the field if you want to see your football program be successful. That's just my take, for whatever it's worth.